Big Herc916. Positivity, motivation. Never settle for average. Pick you up some merch at BigHerc916.com. So I know you're not average if you're watching this show. Yeah, Big Herc, you're buck dancing. You want your white fans to love you. And you're confused. You're confused because you don't go with the status quo. You do your own thing. You blaze your own trail. You think for yourself. You don't let the mainstream narrative tell you what you are, who you are, or what you're capable of. See, a lot of you don't see what is going on around you because you're too caught up in your emotions. You see things and you just react. Personally, I try to think now before I speak and play out multiple scenarios in my head rather than just go with one path or one route on anything I'm doing. See, that was my problem before, that I would think about something and only think I had maybe 2 choices, 3 choices, maybe 4. But you have multiple choices and a lot of options in life. And the more you find out about yourself, the more you realize you have greater options. History is crazy when you see cycles being repeated. You know, a lot of what's going on is nothing new. Just the same old song, man. Whether it's Little Nas X being the golden boy for whatever narrative, kissing on other men, and BT pushing whatever agenda they're pushing. If you go back to some of the things that were implemented years and years ago, it's a cycle, man. It's creating a breakdown of family values, a breakdown of just morality, and just what it means to be somebody that gives a damn. There is a time and place for certain things, I heard somebody say before, you used to see things and TV was considered PG or certain cable programs, but, nowadays they want to say it's okay for kids to go to adult things and see adult stuff because they have the power to make the choice. They can make their own decisions. So parenting's out the door. Kind of like what, Hitler did in Europe with with Austria, and providing all these free medical, but there was a trade-off with the schooling and the education. See, once you hijack the education, once you hijack the media, you can put out whatever message you want to put out because it all seems to go to the same end game. See, the more you find out about history and about what has been done in the past, you can see the future coming. You can see what's trying to be implemented and sidestep it. Get rid of it. Avoid it. Not repeat it. The more and more I read and really dig deep into history and knowledge and the truth, man, it still blows me away. I read a lot of things in prison, and you know, 48 now, and I still am a student when it comes to, trying to absorb more information. A lot of these lies they told us about Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner, and all the blacks were slaves, and we all came over here on slave ships. All bullshit, man. All bullshit. They never talked about the copper people that were here before Columbus. The indigenous people of America that were dark skinned, that had African blood, that were here before. They just wiped that part out, and all you seen was just all the people that were basically disenfranchised over here from tribes, and you all were just captured. And I'm not saying that didn't happen to an extent, but when you can destroy a history of a culture and confuse a whole population, you can get them to do anything. You can get them to self-destruct. You can get them to destroy each other. Thus, you have the hijacking of hip-hop. You remember back in the day, Yo MTV Raps, BET The Basement. You had, some conscious rappers in there. You have some guys who would talk about the streets, but they always threw in some stuff about some positivity, some unity, some masculinity, being a man. And now it's like, if you want to be a man, you're an outcast. You're offensive. It's like, you got to be kidding me. When did it become offensive to be a man? When did it become offensive to be a responsible parent, to teach your kids the right thing, to instill values? When did it become not normal to love thy neighbor and give people the benefit of the doubt? It's not like you don't grow up with hate in your heart. So why are we so caught up on a lot of these negative emotions? It was somebody said, Big Herc, you're playing both sides, or you're a hypocrite, because you said something about treat people how you want to be treated, and then you said this about something else. And I was like thinking, like, man, you can never appease everybody, no matter what you do. I mean, you can be yourself, have goals, be friends with multiple cultures of people, not have certain sentiments. And some people love you, some people you'll offend. Then you can be angry at a bunch of people and blame people for certain circumstances in your own life, and some people will love you, some people will hate you. But at the end of the day, man, when a lot of you young people refer to buck dancing and trying to favor one side or the other, I don't think you really know even the definition of that, or have done your homework to put a valued term with what you're talking about. I don't see any of these dudes you're bumping your head to trying to save any of your goddamn lives, as far as telling you not to get caught up with these goddamn felonies, telling you the truth about prison, telling you the truth about getting out here committing violence. But yet you guys honor them. You go to their concerts, you throw a pump a fist up, you commit felonies in the name of your favorite rapper. or maybe even something more heinous. But I'm the one bug dancing because I'm not in favor of certain ideology that I feel is socialistic or Marxist that weakens a person's mental uh, drive or ability to succeed. Bug dancing. Come on, man. Yeah, I didn't grow up like a lot of you guys, man. I didn't have hate. I didn't have people riding around with the Dixie flag talking about, hey nigger, I'm gonna hang you, get out the street, fuck you. I didn't have that. I didn't hear that, man. I didn't That's not how I grew up. Had neighbors that were white come over, go swimming, hang out at their house. Had friends that were Filipino. Had friends that were Mexican. I mean, nobody. It wasn't even that you didn't. I didn't say those are my Filipino friends. I happen to know now because they were Filipino, but you didn't even think nothing of it. It wasn't even racial terminology used in my household. That's not how I grew up. You gotta have white brother and sister, man. My stepdad's white. My sister, my nephews. I got nieces that are mixed. I mean, I don't have hatred. I don't run around and I don't push my ideology on them. They are who they are. They are raised however they're raised, and I'm who I am, man. I'm not like anybody in my family, but you want to talk about bug dancing, and you talk about them guys out there who are, getting you ready for the slave catcher, the popos, those prison industries. Talk to them dudes and to ask them to say, hey, man, this is entertainment. I'm a big fan of hip hop. I love the game. The music. I like the beats and stuff. But I realize that as a more mature person, I can handle. But a lot of you guys, you don't even take care of your house. Your kids are babies. You let them watch anything. You got little girls right now. You throwing money at them. You got them doing stuff. I mean, do you want your daughters to be doing that stuff, man? You want your daughters to emulate what they see on some of these programs? Your son to want to have a gun in his hand and think it's cool to point it at people? Do you think that's cool? Is that buck dancing? You saying I'm buck dancing? What is that called? Little kids just hypersexual, violent, angry. What is that called? If that's not buck dancing, that's not playing to the man. See, you got the game backwards. I'm trying to help y'all. That's buck dancing, man. That's buck dancing when you setting somebody who isn't conscious because they're on a low frequency and you setting them up for failure, and they don't realize they failed until they matured, and it's years and years later, and they realize that they can't get that time back. That's buck dancing, man. That's what I'm saying. You don't even know what buck dancing is, man. Big Herc916.
Hello, I'm Big Herc916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking.